Okay, great.
Hey, it's great to meet you.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. Where are you coming out of?
Virginia.
Okay, excellent. I'm in Kansas City in the middle of the map.
Okay.
So, well, hey, it's great to meet you. And before we get into your years in medicine, and you've had a very esteemed career, I want to know how you survived the last 3 years with COVID. How did you get through that time period? And how has it changed the way that you are now that we're coming out of it?
We survived very well. My clinic did not close down a single day. We actually saw our volume of patients go up from an average of about 25 to 30 per day to 80 to 100 per day because we were the only clinic open and we were seeing patients. We expanded out into the parking lot. And the story of our COVID days is actually the substance of my book that just came out on June 16th on Amazon called The Reaper's Dance. And give me 10 seconds. I just need
Sure.
to grab a copy of that book because I do want to show it.
Absolutely.
Sorry about that.
No,
I
you're
was
fine.
expecting this to start at 12:30. I didn't have everything ready. Uh, so yeah, so the way we focused our operations on COVID was that we decided right up front that we were going to face the whole pandemic head on. And I'm fortunate in that I had the knowledge, the know-how, the skills to train my team to get the skills to actually manage their own exposure as well as keep other people safe. So we did very well during the pandemic. It was a lot of eye-opening for me because one of the things that I say is when people come face to face with death, when their own mortality is brought face to face to them, like it was done in the pandemic, then everything gets stripped down to elementals, and the substance of their character becomes revealed. And that was the experience we had during the pandemic. People uh, reverted to very primal instincts of survival, us versus them. And that kind of divisive dialogue was actually causing a lot more death and damage than if they had actually remained calm instead of thrashing around like an animal in a trap. And one of the big lessons we taught people is this is not going to kill you. Just take one step at a time. Learn how to keep yourself safe and don't stop engaging with the activities that are important for your family or for your survival, but learn how to do it in a different way such that you can be safe. So instead of spending your energy fighting and thrashing against simple things like protection of yourself, just protect yourself and go on with life. This is not about some kind of a statement you want to make. And once I got that across, people just blossomed and did well.
So let's get to the essence of exactly what you do on a daily basis. Obviously, it's medicine, but if you were to be in front of a bunch of third graders at a career day and one of the kids looks up and says, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" How do you answer the child?
I empower people. My entire life is all about it. 40 years I've been as a physician, and the thing I actually do is empowerment. Life brings people with problems to me, and in every case, doesn't matter what kind of disease, the fundamental question that the patient has is, Doc, I have something that is preventing me from experiencing life the way I want to experience it. How can you help me experience it the way I would like to? What can you do to set it right? So in some cases, I make the problem go away. In some cases, that's only about 30-40% of the cases. 60% of the cases, I cannot make the problem go away. 60% of medical conditions, you have to figure out a way of teaching the person to manage the condition in a way that they can still be productive, still be satisfied in their life, still be able to achieve the goals that they want to do. Take, for example, somebody with arthritis. Not everyone can get a knee replacement. Some people have to live with it, but they want to live productively. How do you manage their functions? How do you keep them functional? How do you allow them to go and manage their pain to a certain level such that they can live and experience their life comfortably? So that is what all life is. It's about empowerment. And when you empower people to achieve what is possible for them, in that process, you get empowered yourself. So that's all my life is. It's about empowering people and getting empowered in the process of empowering them.
So how did these seeds get into you for medicine and to help empower people? Tell me where you were born and raised and how this began and became who you are today.
I was born in Bombay, and it used to be called Bombay. It is now called Mumbai. But and I grew up in an eastern town called Jamshedpur, a city very, very similar to Pittsburgh. It's a steel city. It's located in a valley surrounded by hills that are full of ore, iron ore, mica, tungsten, uranium. So it's a lot of mining going around and a lot of steel foundries and factories going on. And my father worked he was a quality assurance manager in the automotive company called Telco. And I grew up in that town. I went to the local Christian mission school. It was run by the Sisters of Mercy out of Philadelphia. And I went there. I did my secondary school certification from there. From there, I went and got into medical school, finished medical school, went to doctoral degree, then came to Harvard. I was doing research at Harvard for about 5 or 6 years. And then from there, came to George Washington, did my residency, and started practice. That's my background. I grew up in a family that was actually, we are a family of priests, and I was taught about the religious practices that are prevalent in India. In my religion, I'm born a Hindu, but my father was the kind of person, he insisted that we read the Bible, the Quran, and the Gita. So he said that you cannot really understand your own religion until you understand others. So you have to read everyone. And so we read all of it.
That's great. That's smart. Very
Yeah.
smart, and
Yeah.
it's amazing how many similarities there are in each of
Yes,
the
there's
separate
a lot of
theologies.
foundational similarities.
Yeah. So who's been a hero for you in your life?
So I've been inspired by a huge number of people, like Michael Jordan, for example. Kobe Bryant. Yeah, he talks about the Mamba mentality. It's unfortunate he had a very short lifespan, but almost like a meteor, he just shot across the sky and disappeared. The Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, these sports heroes were people who captured my imagination, not for the athleticism, but for their resilience, for the grind that they would do. They would get up in the morning, and I acquired a lot of my personal philosophies by watching sports heroes, because life is, if you want to be good, if you really want to be at the top of your game, you have to be excellent. And when you're excellent, you really don't compete with the rest of the world. You only compete with yourself. So I frequently tell people, excellence does not compete. There is no sense of competition when you are at the top of your game. So I would look at these people and say, you know what, I want to be there. When I was in medical school, I had a clear vision that this is what I want to do. And my school was a not a it was a good school, one of the best libraries in the state, but it was also a ghetto school. The dorm environment was consumed by criminal elements, people who would shoot at each other, and there was a lot of gangster stuff like that. And I used to study and learn from there. And very early on, I decided that I was actually going to help some of the uh, criminal elements pass their exams. So I started taking classes and they succeeded. And very soon they said, you know what, Ravi is too valuable to be wasted on just one student at a time. So they gave me a room and I started teaching in that. And I would have a classroom of gangsters sitting there, uh, passing their medical school exams. But that is when I learned that you can actually create an environment where you have knowledge be a transforming element. And from there, I moved out of there to the best institution in the country. From there, to the United States, to Harvard, the best university in the world. So, and I didn't come to Harvard as a student. I came to the Harvard as a fellow to teach. So, so, but even way back as a student, it was athletes like Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan that inspired me to work, to just put in the hours, get in the morning. I used to be up until 3 a.m. studying, and everyone else would be sleeping, and I would take a walk at 3 a.m. In the campus grounds, and I would look, and every window would be dark. And I remember saying at that time, you guys, all of you are asleep, and here I am getting ahead of you guys. You guys are not, you are wasting your time in sleep.
So you may have already answered this since there's been central sports figures that have inspired you, but if you can meet anybody alive on the planet today that's alive, who would it be?
Michael Jordan.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see him. I want to meet him. The other person I would like to meet will be Oprah for the humanistic element that she brings. But these are the two people that I would like to meet. Because Oprah for the humanistic element, because in my field, it's all about connection. It's all about how do you connect with people. I have to walk into a room in 15 minutes. I have to connect in such a way that somebody is able to trust them with their life. So people like Oprah, people like Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, these are the people who I would like to meet face to face. And actually, they are my goats. So what is it? Kobe said, I went to Goat Mountain, he said. And that's that. I would like to go to Goat Mountain.
So, these individuals that you've mentioned have, a lot of motivation. There's a lot that goes into them to accomplish what they want to get done. What is that for you? What's your motivator?
My motivator, see, I have a gift. So everyone in this planet have talents and they also have gifts. I have many talents. I can write. I have linguistic power. I have a phenomenal memory. I can read something, it's there. All of those are my talents. But my gift, I have only one gift. I can walk into a room and remove fear from the heart of a man. During the pandemic, that was my one singular gift. And what I learned in my life is, as long as I put all my talents at the service of my gift, I always win. But whenever I make a mistake and I confuse my talent as my gift, I lose. We all have one gift. Each person has one gift. They have to, the business of life is to find out your gift. That gift is given to you by God, and it is given to you to contribute. Life, there's only one purpose of life. Find a way, believe that you can give back to people, and work to find a way to do that. That's all. And for me, that is what empowers me. That is what wakes me up in the morning. I get up in the morning excited to go to work because my work is not work. It is my purpose of life. And that is the gift of being able to walk into a person's space and remove fear from their heart, remove doubt from their heart, make them feel safe so that they can achieve their potential. That is my gift.
So everyone out there has a perception of you, family, friends, clients, colleagues, but you run the show. What's your perception of you? Who do you think you are?
I'm a physician and a healer from beginning to end. See, I told my wife one day, I said, there will come a day when I won't be a father, I won't be a husband, I won't be a son, but there will never be a day when I'm not a physician. You have to understand that this is who I am. I was born to do this job. This is who I am. And this is my perception of me. When I walk into somebody's place, the first and foremost thing is, what can I do to help this person heal?
So if anyone wants to learn more about you, reach out, anything pertaining to your world, where can they go?
Right now, I would like people to know two things. One is I would like them to go and pick up the book that I wrote. It's called The Reaper's Dance. The book is available on Amazon. I don't know if it's showing up right side because the letters.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yep.
Get reversed.
Yeah.
But it's available on Amazon. Read it for only one reason, and that is it'll change the way you look at the world around you. And that is really the one reason I wrote this book, because I felt that people need to rethink the way they live their lives. That is number one. Number two, you can always look me up at the IyerClinic.com, IyerClinic.com. You'll learn about us and what we do. And you can shoot me an email any day. I always answer my emails.
Wonderful. This has been great. Thank you for your story, man. I love it. You have such a strength and such a tenacity of helping people out. I can feel it. So I appreciate your time. Best of luck with everything.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.